I love the fact that this actually pleases the male gaze a lot more. I mean, it's not to the level that I would desire, but still it looks more feminine than the actual Lilith in the game. Oh my god, it has cleavage and booba. Holy shit. Oh, no wonder. It costs $40. Right. So, I suppose we can be sexist and we can appeal to the heteronormal male gaze if we charge them $40 for it. A lot of people are upset. I don't understand why they're upset. Like, look, if you want to understand a modern American progressive company, then everything they claim, you have to put it on reverse, okay? If they claim they champion diversity, then that means that they champion unity of thought. Like, if you go there as an artist, you will have zero creativity. You become a drone. The company owns and controls you and decides the only thing that you are allowed to draw. Wasn't used to be like this. Like back in the day, artists actually did have creativity. I do speak with an artist that helped create the original Diablo and Warcraft 3, and they were actually allowed a lot of wiggle room. Not like this anymore. If they claim that they champion social justice, that means that they are one of the most greedy, one of the most capitalist corporations that you can imagine. If they can get away with charging $40 and milking more money from you with microtransactions, they will. In fact, they probably have a team of psychologists that are dedicated to find out how to milk more money from the consumer. Like, this is how it works. When a company claims, like they put a rainbow flag, right? That is the symbol of capitalism right now. And they claim that they're for diversity, then everything they say, just reverse it. Put it on reverse. And all of a sudden, it makes absolute sense. So they're charging $40 for a bundle. I want to point out that this is how the business model works, right? Like, they don't expect you to pay $40 for the bundle. In fact, they don't expect even the majority of players to pay $40 for a bundle. Because this is like something that goes into the gaming community. It's like, oh, we as gamers, blah, blah, blah. No. Listen. It only takes, I think, like 5% or maybe 10% of people to buy it. And when you're talking about millions of people, it's impossible to like mind control every single gamer so that they don't buy this shit. Like, again, like 5 or 10% if they buy it, then the company makes a profit. This is how it works. Like, when they have stuff that is so expensive, it is definitely not for you. And the people that buy these things, they're not involved in the gaming community. They don't go on forums or whatever. You know, like, these are people that are rich. They have lives. They have jobs. And with the money that they make, they spend it on this skin. Much to your horror and dismay, because it encourages other companies to do the same. So this is why you get, these $40 bundles. And most of the resources that in the past would have been invested into making the game better, they would have been invested in giving you an expansion pack or actual content. Now they are invested into making additional skins, an additional way to milk those 5 or 10% of the player base. Does it make sense? This is why games are shit now. $40. Jesus fucking Christ. I remember when $40 was the price of an expansion. In fact, I think Brood War for StarCraft was actually cheaper than $40 when it came out. I mean, sure, we should adjust for inflation, but you should also consider that the price for video games have mostly remained the same over many years. I mean, I think it was like 5, 6, or even like 7 years while video games were at $40 for expansion pack before they went all the way up to 60, and they stayed at 60 for another good chunk of years until now it's like 70. But still, fine. If you adjust for inflation, it's more than 40. But it was like the price of an expansion pack, and that game had an insane amount of content, and it actually worked on day one. You didn't have login problems to the server, so you couldn't play your single player game. Just pointing it out, that's how bad the video game industry has gotten, to the point where that now a bundle costs as much as an actual expansion pack back in the day. And again, like, there's no interest in making expansion packs. Like, who cares? What is the purpose in making another expansion pack when you can just sell a bundle for $40 and people will buy it? I actually spoke with the Blizzard developer about this, and I was talking about, like, why don't you make this game or why don't you make that game? Like, wouldn't it be cool if you had like a StarCraft first-person shooter like you guys originally wanted? And he said, Yeah, it would be cool. Or we can just make like a StarCraft pinball type game and sell it to Chinese casinos, and we can just make the same amount of money, if not more. And I have no arguments to give. You know, and again, like the problem is that there is no more passion. There's no more passion, it's just corporate interest. Video games aren't art anymore, it's just a product that comes from the assembly line. And, you know, like back in the day, of course, like video games were done to make money. But I'm making a video game right now, and while I hope that I break even, and I hope that I make money, I'm doing it mostly because of passion. Like, I genuinely want it to be a good video game that people will enjoy. But this is the difference between my mentality and the corporate mentality. So now there's people on the internet that are suggesting like a list of video games that you can play right now that are at the cost of $40 or under. Apparently you can play Hades. I do recommend this. The Witcher, Counter-Strike 2.0. There's a lot of old games as well that are here. And I assume like most people may have already played them. But some of them aren't that old. And you may actually be able to spend your money elsewhere. Titanfall 2, by the way. Like Titanfall 2, oh my god, it's very cheap. You can play it. The main problem with it is that it came out at a very bad time when other games came out as well, so it was mostly ignored. But Titanfall 2 has an amazing story. It's cheaper than $40. You guys should definitely check it out. And the other problem with it, I think, is the multiplayer. They haven't managed to crack down on cheaters, and due to that, well, the game is what it is. I can't believe like there's still some people that are on the idea that, oh, like Titanfall would be so much better without the Titans. I'm like, what? But yeah, so you got Helltaker. Helltaker is an amazing game, by the way. And it's free. You can play Helltaker for free. South Park, The Stick of Truth. Yeah, I mean there's so many games that are under $40. But again, the person making this claim, this is made from Opera GX. The problem with making this claim is that they don't understand this $40 bundle is not for the average player. Like, the average player is not going to buy this. It's just like for 5 or 10% of the player base. And if enough of them buy it, they're going to just completely make up the cost production for the skin and more. I guess like the main issue that should be learned from companies is that if you do this time and time again, like you lose prestige and reputation. But at this point, I don't even know if Blizzard cares about prestige and reputation anymore. I mean, they are so... To say that they would compare themselves with EA, I would think that it's disingenuous because they managed to sink themselves to a brand new low. Right? Like Blizzard, I would not even call it the McDonald's of fast food at this point. It's like even worse. Even worse. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.